Thank you for watching another Lakeway Audits Morristown Matters video. Today I am going to give you a little update on my retaliatory arrest from back in January 2023 at the City of Morristown Council meeting. My trial was January 23rd, and Mayor Gary Chesney lied while under oath committing aggravated perjury, which is a Class D felony in Tennessee. Aggravated perjury is punishable by up to 12 years in prison. Since the mayor is a government official and was acting in his official capacity during the trial, means he was acting under color of law, as well as committed official oppression, which are both Class E felonies in Tennessee and carry a maximum penalty of 6 years for each account. I hired a court reporter for the sole purpose of having a certified transcript of the trial. I had compiled all the evidence I needed to have the jury find me not guilty and knew that the mayor would have to lie if he didn't just come out and say that he was in the wrong. When the DA interviewed him the week prior to my trial, Mayor Gary Chesney told the DA to offer me dismissal of both charges of disrupting a meeting and disorderly conduct if I agreed to not attend a city council meeting for 6 months from that day. I didn't accept it, nor did it ever really cross my mind, as I knew he was incapable of persuading the jury to find me guilty without lying, and it worked. Not only did he lie, but he lied about something that is going to be very easy to prove based on the past 6 years of evidence I've gathered through public records requests and video recording my interactions with him and others within the city government. To understand what went down at the meeting, click on the link at the end of this video to watch the arrest take place. All this happened because I followed what two other speakers before me did. When my attorney asked the mayor why he didn't stop the first lady from speaking after she didn't give her full name and address, he said that it was because he knew who she was at that time. That was the same response for the second citizen that spoke. My attorney then asked why he stopped me from speaking without giving my full name and address, and that's when the golden opportunity came out of his mouth. I didn't know who Mr. Strazullo was at that time, is what he said, under oath. Oh my God, at that time, I knew I had him in a way that I would have never if he didn't commit that and just dismiss the charges. At that time, I turned around and gave my family the thumbs up, as we all knew he just lied. At that point, I could care less if the jury found me guilty because I knew that once the mayor was found guilty of aggravated perjury, that my guilty verdict would be overturned. I really don't understand how the jury and judge didn't see through the mayor's misrepresentation, even after the mayor read from the back and forth comments we had over his official Facebook page, Gary Chesney at City Hall. I don't have a Facebook page account in my name that's usable, and I have always just used the one that was set up for my company. His very first sentence of his first reply was A. Strazullo. That's me, A. Strazullo. You have told a bold-faced lie. That's me, A. Strazullo. But that's not the account name. That right there proves that he knew exactly who I was 3 days prior to my arrest. How the judge and jury missed that is beyond me. He then proceeded to tell the jury that the only interactions him and I ever had prior to that meeting was when I went to the city center and requested to speak to him in regards to him blocking me on his Facebook page, official Facebook page, Gary Chesney at City Hall, which occurred on September 21st, 2021. During that interaction with his employees prior to and when he came out into the open area of the building. I never told any of them my name or identified myself. And at that time, he knew who I was because as soon as we spoke, he went back and he unblocked me when I left. I didn't have to give him my name for him to know who to unblock, as it was apparent he knew who I was. I attend many city council meetings over the past years prior to my arrest. I've attended a meeting at a public works facility regarding the Morristown landing where him and I talked and he gave me his cell phone number so citizens could contact him if they had any questions. At one time, my son and I were the only ones to attend a meeting that was over an hour away in Kingsport, Tennessee, where I was addressed by my name and by the majority of the officials that attended that meeting, as well as my son. They even talked to my son and asked him his name and offered us snacks, drinks, and lunch. Since after my trial, I have removed many of my videos on Lakeway audits and Morristown matters of where council members, the mayor, and employees under the mayor have addressed me by either my first name or last name in the years prior to my arrest. You don't forget the name of the person that starts two YouTube channels just to get your corruption out there to the citizens. He also must have forgotten that every time I am anywhere near them, I always have my body cam on and recording. It gets turned on before I enter the building and doesn't get turned off till I'm back in the truck and leaving. So it catches them acting and saying things that they will never recall until they watch the video. A few weeks prior to my trial, and within the statute of limitations, I filed a civil lawsuit against Mayor Gary Chesney in his official and personal capacity, as well as Chief Roger Overholt in his official capacity in the city of Morristown for First and 14th Amendment retaliation and Claim 2 of violation of the First Amendment in the Tennessee Constitution for blocking me again from his official Facebook page, Gary Chesney, at City Hall just a couple days after my arrest. Gary Chesney is under the impression that if he states on the bottom of his personal page, that somehow it doesn't become his official page when all he posts about is government business, which the Tennessee ACLU sent a letter to the city in May of 2017 telling him that's not how it works and that the city needs to implement a policy for Facebook page Gary Chesney at City Hall. He didn't take note in 2017 and still feels he's untouchable in 2024. See, I have records they have absolutely no idea I've obtained over the past few years, just waiting for the right moment and opportunity to show my cards. Or government official proof in videos. I don't want to talk about my upcoming plans, but I can guarantee it will be the best exposure of local government corruption anywhere on YouTube or the internet. If you are not subscribed, be sure to, and hit the bell to receive updates on new videos. You might miss it if you don't. I will be updating you about the other two times that I got arrested and what's going to follow now that they have been dismissed. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up and share, as you won't want anyone to miss this, and we need this channel to grow. Please go to my other YouTube channel, Morristown Matters, where there is much less corruption covered, and it covers more just local things centered around notifying the citizens of government issues and meetings. You don't have to hit the bell to get video updates, but it will help me be able to go live on that page as well as when necessary. Remember, Morristown Matters. Now, what you all have been waiting for. I was found guilty on both charges of disrupting a meeting and disorderly conduct by the jury, which was not a panel of my peers. Just about every juror in my area either works for the city, county, or school board, or is married to someone that is. The rest are either retired or work in the medical field. A very small selection have no association with these other five I mentioned. In Tennessee, the jurors are picked from registered voter registration. Most people around my age and younger are not registered voters. The law needs to be changed to pick jurors from licensed drivers, not only registered voters. The sheriff's very own dad was one of the jurors we had to dismiss. Now tell me that's not a coincidence. And on top of that, his phone rang during my trial while he was spectating, and not one person said a word to him. And the public is not allowed to bring their cell phone into the courthouse, let alone the courtroom. I will be hitting more on the rules for thee, but not for me ways my local government operates here in the next couple of weeks, as it's happened consistently with me. After I was found guilty, the judge offered me two options. They both involved 364 days on probation. The first option was to do 30 days straight and I'd have the right to appeal the verdict. The second was to do 15 weekends to equal my 30 days, and I would waive my right to appeal. I have 4 kids that I am very involved with, and a wife that I would have left for the 30 days straight, and there would be no household income. Couldn't accept that. If I appeal it, it would take at least 30 days for my appeal to be heard, and I would have served the time anyways. With Mayor Gary Chesney committing aggravated perjury, the guilty verdict will be overturned when he is found guilty or pleads out. One thing I do have to say is that even though everyone but my family and my attorney in that courtroom was against me, I feel the judge did a good job at keeping my equal protection and was fair with both sentences he offered. He did say that there were no restrictions on me attending city meetings or recording what I wanted, and no limitations on me continuing to disseminate information. So much is still going on right now with the continuance of the city of Morristown harassing me. Between the mayor, one or two council members, and the chief of police requesting code enforcement to come out to my house because I hurt the mayor's feelings with the political sign on my fence you see in the video. That started back on May 1st, 2023, when I uploaded a video on Morristown Matters and it included a video of my sign. That's how long it's been there, since a week before May the 1st. According to public records I received, Mayor Gary Chesney came to my house within a couple of hours of uploading the video and took a picture of my sign and sent it to the chief of police at 6:55 p.m. with the text Strauzulo's fence. You can read those here on your screen. That might be a bit much. That's what he said. Then a text that asked the chief, could this be enough to order to keep him out of city center? What is wrong with this guy? Doesn't he know that we have freedoms and one of them is free speech? The chief's reply, I will do some research on it tomorrow, meaning the chief of police for like 20 years has no clue that a sign like that is free speech, and he must research it first to know that? Then about the same time, Councilman Tommy Pettigo emailed a citizen that although we have the same feelings on many of the topics that arise out of our local government, she goes about doing things the way she wants, and I go about doing things the way that I want. We are definitely not buddies, like he states in the email. To ask her to talk to me about removing the sign? No. The very next morning, code enforcement was at my house taking pictures of the sign and anything else he thought he would be able to write me up on. Then he left, went back to the city center, spoke to someone, and came back a couple hours later to take more pictures, but this time from the alleyway. Code enforcement officer Jonathan Maxey was then sitting in his truck when I approached him. He said someone anonymously reported my fence to them, but they never gave me any records that showed somebody called it in, emailed it in, as those things are written down. But they did give me some anonymous complaint from months and months later. Why give me one and not the other? That fence had been like that for over a week prior to me uploading the video. And the day after I upload the video, a complaint comes in? Sure, okay, I believe that one. But the proof is in the records. The lawsuit for the First Amendment violation and First Amendment retaliatory in violation of due process has been written and will be filed as soon as I can afford the $500 fee. The city attorney, Lauren Carroll, with Carroll Anderson and Faust, LLP, in Morristown, Tennessee, keep pushing code enforcement to write citations and defending them. On one car that you can barely see from the street, that is not tagged, since they knew the other violations that they had seamlessly got dropped one by one and brought into compliance, even though nothing had changed on the property, nor had it changed for years. She doesn't care how many lawsuits I file or how many lawsuits the city gets. She continues to make her money, and that's all that she cares about. It costs the city, not her. But that will all change as well very soon. Of course, the city municipal judge, Sexton, allows them to keep up the harassment and could care less that they have violated their policy and are singling me out for exposing the city, as he keeps saying that he is only there to decide the citations before him. And I understand that. But not the constitutionality and the reason behind the harassment that originally got them to come out there and start to cite me? As Judge Sexton has said, there are other courts that take up those issues, and the lawsuit is the solution. I will hit touch bases on all of that and pictures that I have from all of that code enforcement violation harassment. You won't want to miss that either. It's absurd. You're not going to want to miss it. You're not going to want to miss anything. But thanks for watching. And don't forget, hit that thumbs up. Go subscribe to Morristown Matters for me and for the community. It's free and it shows your support. Once again, thanks for watching. Keep supporting, and I will bring you more informational content. Have a great day.